Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
We're here again.
We're here for another one.
Yeah.
Cheers.
I got my water bottle here.
Happy gin and tonic day. There is not gin in there today.
There's
Unfortunately. Not.
Yeah, me either, because I have a class. I still have a class I got to teach, and I have my certification tonight.
Yeah, so tell everybody what you're working on right now with your yoga teacher training.
Yeah, so
give us the deets.
Yeah, so I do not have my 200-hour power certification, which is pretty much the standard that any yoga instructor has.
Okay.
Usually, what the normal path for yoga instructors is you get your 200 hours and then you branch out and you get other certifications. That's generally what happens. I went backwards. I went and got my sculpt certification, then my hot power fusion certification, and now I'm doing the 200 hours.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, how many hours are the sculpt certification and the hot power fusion?
50.
50 apiece.
And
so this is the long one.
This is the long one, yeah. And the hot power fusion, I did mine on an intensive. They call them intensives. So it wasn't 50 hours. It was like an intensive crammed into a weekend.
Gotcha.
So it was a Saturday and Sunday, and I know other people that have done that too. Like they've gotten the intensive instead of like their full. And I assume that's what it is 50 hours.
I see.
So yeah, the sculpt training was really, really hard on me. It was.
Was it?
Yeah.
Why?
All of it. It was physically demanding because they're beating the sequence into you. So that's what they're doing to us now. We're doing a lot of yoga.
Yeah.
So like when I'm in there, they're not just teaching us yoga, like we're practicing yoga, and it's just a lot.
Yeah.
So sculpt you're practicing sculpt. That first thing we did when we walked in the door for sculpt training was you do the sequence. They're like, they go in and they're like, you're doing sculpt. That was the same thing for this. You go in and you're doing, it's called C1. It's like their introductory power yoga class.
Okay.
So we're just getting that beat into us and we're doing it over and over and over again. So one, it was physically, it's just the time because we're all like busy. Life is busy.
Yeah.
And
you are one of the busiest people I know.
And then on top of that is like going to night school, basically. You know what I mean?
Oh my God. Yeah, because you're doing that Tuesday nights and then
Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Thursdays. Okay.
Yeah, and the first weekend was Saturday and Sunday, so I had Saturday and Sunday to do.
Okay.
And then we have one more.
And this is through the summer.
This is throughout the whole summer. Yeah, I'm doing this through the second week of August.
Okay.
Yeah, it was emotionally, because it was just a lot to learn something that you want so bad and just struggle with it. I just struggled with so for me, the struggle, I don't know how it is for any other people that are in yoga, but is the language. The language is really difficult to understand.
Fair. Yeah.
And it's not just Sanskrit. So Sanskrit is like, well, first of all, I don't even use Sanskrit. You've been in my sculpt.
Yeah.
I don't use the only Sanskrit I use is Shavasana.
Okay.
And I don't even really like using that word. And then I say namaste at the end, but
sure.
I just don't use it. I think it's not me. You know, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, you're good. I feel like you're good about not claiming things that aren't yours or like claiming things that aren't like your culture.
Yeah.
Like you've always been really good about that with yoga. Like I appreciate where you come from with that. So
I'm going to tell you how I learned this. Was one of my first classes I taught was all women, and this is back then too. I mean, I know it's crazy 7 years, but
wow.
7 years ago there were way less men than there are now.
Okay.
So I'd have the majority of my classes were all women. There wouldn't be any dudes in there at all. And so I would address the room as ladies, like, let's go ladies. And I just thought I was being charming. I don't know, but I had a class where this girl, after the class was over, and she was like, you can't do that. Yeah, she was just like a member, and she's like, hey, you can't do that. You can't say ladies. You can't assume all our genders. And I was like, oh, well, I don't know. I didn't see anybody that, it wasn't like anybody that was in there like dressed like a man. I don't know. It looked like everybody was in yoga pants and but she was like, you can't do that. That's offensive. So I quit doing that. So now it's like, that has taught me like, don't claim anything. So I don't use Sanskrit because I'm not Indian. Yeah. I have no Indian in me. I'm not from, I just don't want anybody coming up and saying like, what are you doing speaking Sanskrit? You're a fucking white dude from America. You know what I mean? So I don't just don't do it, you know?
Yeah. And I mean, a lot of people have talked about, you yourself included, have talked about the whitewashing of yoga and stuff. And so I just.
Yes. And I'm learning a lot about that now.
Yeah. Are you
Another,
in your teacher
yes.
training? Yeah, I bet you are.
Yeah. Another thing, I don't touch anybody.
I know you don't. Yeah.
I don't fucking touch anybody.
I know you don't.
Yeah.
And they don't like that. Well, that by they, I mean Corepower wants you to like.
And they have shifted so from my first certification 7 years ago to this one, they've shifted their gears on the Sanskrit, because before they were very pushy of the Sanskrit.
Okay.
And now they're like, yeah, if you don't want to use it, you don't have to use it. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to. And then the other one is before it became an issue when I went through sculpt training, because I was like, I'm not touching anybody. And they go, well, it's a part of the culture and you have to. And I'm like, no, you have to. I don't. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not touching. I spent a lot of time at Casa Bonita in
the HR department. Yeah.
Sitting across the desk from a man, explaining to him why it was, you had to lose your job because it was inappropriate for you to touch a woman. And every time these fucking guys thought it was appropriate. Most of these guys weren't like just asshole scumbags. They just thought it was appropriate. They just didn't
think it was
They thought it was appropriate for them to do it. And I learned was like, yeah, you don't fucking touch women. Just don't do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't touch anybody and they're, like I said, they've been more accepting of that.
Okay, good.
Yeah. But so my issue with yoga, I hope I don't get in trouble, but we can talk about this for a little bit maybe.
I would love that.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is why I love fitness and why I love what we do and what we talk about.
Yeah.
Because everything we do is rooted in some sort of truth.
Yeah, we keep it real.
And the truth is always coming back to some sort of scientific evidence that we were taught, or it's some peer-reviewed science being studies, compiled documentation, where people look at like there's this difference between science and religion. Science is not any religion whatsoever. It's not like a belief system. It's simply just compiled data that we use collectively as humans that has been
peer reviewed over and over and over again.
That we use to make decisions moving forward. That's really all it is. Anybody that knows me knows that I hate flat Earth. Like, I fucking hate it more than anything, because it's just people that are taking things that are not factual, things they believe, that they feel and perceive, and they use that to make decisions as opposed to,
actual evidence.
100% that they will say is not real because it's not.
Because they just don't feel it.
Well, and it's always the government. It's like this great power, they're lying to us. And it's like, do you understand that the science is not a government? It's like people. Throughout history,
I die.
Yeah, that have compiled data and then have it reviewed by
many different governments.
Yes, it's not one. Yeah, so
You're
drives
cracking me up. I love it.
So in all of our stuff, and this, everything that we've ever talked about on here is always backed by some sort of evidence from a study.
Yes. And if it's not, we'll say it's not too. We'll be like, hey, don't quote me on this. Like, but this is, for sure.
For example, like why you need protein to build muscle. Like, we're not just saying this because it's anecdotal to us because we eat protein and we exercise and we build muscle, but because there's thousands of peer-reviewed studies that when we get certified in our practices, they cite these anytime they make a claim. This.
Yeah.
Any claim they make about anything is footnote into an appendix that you can go into these, and I know you do it, go into deep rabbit holes on.
Oh my God, the deepest. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's all rooted in some sort of truth, some sort of science. And yoga, what I struggle with is yoga is devoid of that. There is no
interesting.
Any claims that are made are very rarely supported with some footnote, where it's like any of the trainings that I've gone through is like they make a claim and then it's like they're just saying things and you don't know. And what, maybe it is right. I don't know.
Sure.
But there's no path to me to get there. For example, one, I say IQ in my hot power fusion, you've probably heard. We're detoxing organs through compression.
Yeah.
And it's always like, what organs? Where did you get this info? What studies have been done showing that we compress and heat and that detoxes? What is the detox?
Sure.
What poisons are being pushed out? Which ones are they? Specific things that are like, so when people come to us and ask, because for the most part, when people ask me yoga questions, I always say, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I really don't know.
Because you really don't know.
Like, why do we do this? When I first got certified, they asked me, I had a guy, this was Joe at my last gym, the reason that I came to commit to fitness.
Okay.
But Joe was like, when we're in chair pose, why are we squeezing our thighs together? And I go, I don't know. It's what they tell us to do in yoga. And he's like, but why? And I go, I don't know. And he goes, isn't that a problem? And I'm like, yeah, it is a problem.
Yeah, I guess it kind of is. Yeah.
So that's why I cue a wider stance, because I'm like, that's what I know. That's what's important to me. I'm teaching people to lift weights and do proper form. So I'm not going to teach you to go into chair pose and squeeze
Like
your inner thigh and teach you a horrible habit. Would you ever teach anybody to squeeze their thighs together on a squat?
No.
I don't even know where the fuck that comes from.
Wow.
Other than
I have noticed that you don't do that.
Yeah. And it's because somebody, and everything I've ever changed in yoga has always been somebody asked me a question and I think about it rationally and then go back to
what you know based upon what you've learned, what we were taught
based
upon evidence. Yeah.
Based upon scientific evidence. So me, and like I said, I'm not knocking yoga. This is a lot of my path into why I'm doing this certification. It's not just to check a box, although it is. Like I want to be able to teach more classes and be able to impact more people. So you do that through higher certifications.
Sure.
But it's really because I want to have a better understanding of why I'm doing what I'm doing in front of a group of people.
Love that.
And I'm very fortunate because there's a couple of the teachers in our group that are teaching us that are like our mentors or whatever.
Yeah.
That think the same as me.
Yeah.
That think the same as us.
Yeah.
That are not, because usually when I bring it up, that people kind of scoff. It's like, well, this is yoga. This is thousands of years old. And I'm like, yeah, that's a little bit of a problem. You're like using a practice from 2,000 years ago. Like we've evolved since then. It was also made not for women.
Oh.
Yeah, yoga, that's one thing that we're learning is like yoga, was practiced mostly by men back then and women weren't allowed.
Fucking course.
Yeah, women were
like
not
everything else.
Yeah, women were not allowed to practice yoga thousands of years ago,
Oh my gosh.
So now here in our Western culture, it's mostly women and we're doing postures that were developed by men for men.
Oh my God.
2,000 years ago with, different diets, our bodies are different. We're evolving now in the last like 30, 40 years. Humans are evolving because we're like sitting all the time, which is something that did not happen 1,000 years ago, right? People weren't just sitting around, they were moving. But it is, I learned Om.
Yeah.
I didn't know Om. I didn't even know what the fuck Om was.
Tell us.
So Om is 3 parts. It's the basic philosophy of all of yoga. So when you see the yoga symbol, you go to any yoga studio, I never knew what that meant, the yoga symbol. I call it the yoga symbol.
Okay.
I was like, I don't know what that yoga symbol is. I just didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
But it's Sanskrit for Om.
Okay.
Which is OUM. It's the chant that has vibrations that represent all of the frequencies in life.
Okay.
The beginning, the middle, the end, that all flows together and never stops. And so,
cool.
Yes. And I'm going to tell you, this happened to me on Thursday in my last class. We did a sound bath, and a lot of what happens to me inside that space of teacher training, I'm thinking about you with your headphones on and me and you talking about it. I just think about that. I'm like, how am I going to explain this? Like when I'm sitting here, how am I going to explain this?
Yeah.
So this happened on Thursday. We're doing a sound bath. Heather is the name of the instructor. She's the studio manager at the Denver Tech Center. She's fucking awesome.
Okay.
She said, we're going to do a sound bath. First, before class, she's like, hey, is anybody who doesn't mind? Because they're always like, they do this. I don't do this because I don't touch anybody. But they're like, before class, you're supposed to say, I'm giving assists. If you want an assist, put your hand out. If you don't, and they do it when your head's down so nobody else sees your consent.
Right.
But they were just like, for everybody, they're like, okay, everybody, if you want to get touched, raise your hand. I just didn't raise my hand because I'm like, I'm not like, hey, who wants to get touched? Me, come touch me. I'm like, I'm a 45-year-old man. You know what I mean? Going to be 47 here soon, but
I was going to say,
46-year-old man.
Robbie, you're 46 now.
Yeah. Almost a 50-year-old man. you don't need to be touching me. But she says, she goes, Robbie, you don't want to get touched. I'm like, well, it's fine. You do whatever you want. I'm just neutral.
Okay.
I'm not. So it was important, I guess, because I didn't realize it, but a part of the sound bath was her touching me with this tuning fork.
Oh.
And they're going through the O, the U, the M. The O was by my ear. She goes around the room and tunes the fork, and I can hear it, but it's weird when it gets next to your ear because you don't hear it, you feel it. But before this is happening, I'm laying on the ground and I'm like, we're going to be talking about this, and I'm going to be like, I don't know what the fuck we're doing. Then she came over and she put one on my heart.
Okay.
One on my forehead.
Okay.
And I felt like the one on my forehead, I felt like I came out of a dream, if that makes sense. You know, like when you wake up and you're like, what was I thinking? What was I dreaming about? What? And you're in that state. That's what I felt like when she put it there. So it's the first time I felt something in here, you know, that was like, okay, I kind of get it. And then we chanted, we ohmed together, which I never do. I don't go to ohm classes or chanting. And we ohmed together and chanted, and it, that's the first time where I was like, I could do this in class. Because it's a feeling, it's an emotion that is not elicited through anything else that I've done. And this is where I'm beginning to understand yoga a little bit more, as that it's not just a scientific thing. It's a spiritual, emotional connection with vibrations.
Okay.
And that we're all learning that. So I'm going in there now, not with skepticism, but an open heart of, I want to embrace the emotion and the spirituality that comes with it, because I've been antagonistic against it, I think, for a long time. So,
okay.
Long story short.
No, that's so cool.
Teacher training's going awesome. Yeah.
What is taking this 200-hour course going to allow you to teach at Corepower? Everything, or just,
for the
or
most
not
part,
quite everything?
For the most part, except for hot classes. So I teach hot power fusion, which is vinyasa and hot. And this is something most people don't know this. Hot yoga does not mean hot room, even though it does. And that's what you expect when you go in, as a hot room, but that's not what hot yoga is.
Okay.
Hot yoga is a style of yoga.
It's creating the heat within yourself.
Correct.
Right. Okay.
Through compression and breath.
Okay.
So that makes sense to me, because as a hot power fusion instructor that teaches the fusion of hot and power together, hot does do that for me. I know through my breathing, through what you're supposed to do is compress and constrict the back of your throat, and you can feel it tighten up. And you breathe, you can feel your breath go over your throat, and you're releasing cold out of your nose, and it's a small amount of cold out of your nose, but you're pushing heat back into your body. And then compression is obviously what creates heat.
Yeah.
Because that's something that's physical. We're flexing your muscles. You're trying to compress and squeeze everything together,
right,
which allows you to generate heat and sweat, which I understand that's where they get you're releasing toxins, because we're sweating.
Which is a waste product.
Correct. But I'm not getting the whole, like we're like,
no, I agree with you.
To me, it's very similar. Like
sure.
You go to a gem store and they're selling you fucking rocks, and they're like, this one breeds, fucking fortunes, and you're like, there's none of you have money. You know what I mean? Like, it's not working. But it's like, I'm not trying to knock them, because I get there's some mysticism or there's something else that's behind that. But, it's like me, we've done this before, talking about ghosts. It's like me trying to tell you ghosts aren't real, but there's no science that proves there are or not.
Yeah.
It's the unknown. And that's mysticism. It's yoga.
For sure.
There's a lot of that it's like, there's nothing you can really.
It's faith, right?
It's faith. 100%. So,
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
But I'm having a good time with it.
That's awesome.
Is. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait to come to more of your classes in the fall that you can teach. That's so exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited for that, because I know it's funny. It's like I used to host these poker tournaments at my house for like 7 years. Okay. And I'd have 15 to 24 people. Sometimes more than 24. We'd have a waiting list on the tables, but it was every Sunday night. I had a lot of people that would show up. Yeah. And about my mid-30s, I stopped doing it because you're getting old. I stopped doing it. And everybody missed it. Everybody would tell me that they wanted to, let's do another poker night. And then I organized a poker night and nobody showed up.
Oh.
Yeah. So I was like, I'm not doing poker nights anymore.
Yeah.
So a little bit of this is everybody's telling me, we can't wait to take your C2 class. They're like, oh, I can't wait. We're going to go to your C2 class. I'm like, yeah, I don't know that many people are going to come to that. They come to the Sculpt. You know what I mean? That's the one they go to. I've been teaching HIIT for a while, and I don't pack rooms.
Nah, yeah, I see what you're saying.
I know my classes are my HIIT classes are popular and a lot of, more people than usual come, but it ain't Sculpt.
But it's not Sculpt.
It ain't Sculpt. There's no waiting list to get into a yoga class generally. Now, I know that there are some people. I know there's this guy, Mike, that teaches a C3. I think his name's Mike, that teaches a C3 like downtown at Grant or something. And I've heard that his classes are incredible and he has a waiting list. And his is some traditional yoga that's fucking hardcore. But we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah.
Cool.
I know you'll come and see me there.
Of course.
I have no doubt about that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know how good I'll be at that form of yoga, but
I bet you'll crush it.
We'll see.
You do a really good job at Sculpt.
I do.
100%. Yeah. I mean, obviously, you know that you keep up, but
yeah, I keep
all your
up.
postures look good.
Okay.
All your salutations look great.
Yeah. Well, thanks.
You're natural.
I don't know about that. I have no flexibility whatsoever.
Yeah.
But moving on.
Yeah, that was a lot.
No, that was good.
Yeah.
Because I know very little about yoga, and I'm sure a lot of our listeners also know very little about yoga. So I think it's informational and good info.
I'll tell you this too. I did on Saturday. The solstice was Sunday.
Yes.
Summer solstice was Sunday, which was also International Yoga Day, Father's Day.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was all the things.
It was all the things on one day. So Saturday, I always go to the winter and the summer solstice traditional yoga class. I've been doing them for a couple of years now.
Fun. Okay.
And what that is you do 108 sun salutations in a row.
Okay.
And it's fucking hard.
Yeah.
The first time I did, I was like, this isn't that hard. I just, in your mind, you're like, it's just a sun A. It's not that hard. It's hard.
Yeah.
But I finished every one that I've done except for this Saturday. This Saturday, I got to 103 and I didn't do the last 5.
Really?
Yeah. And I know why. I think it's just because before I just ate braised beef ribs. I didn't eat no carbs. So I just had fucking fat and protein.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So I had no carbs going in there. So I know I know that affected me for sure. But it's wild. It's that's funny. A religious experience that they've been doing for. That's why there's some people like, those Catholics are like, I can't do yoga. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. It's not religious. But I get it, because then you get into things like this. The sun's it's a religious thing. It is. Everything in yoga is rooted in, it's not Christian. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but at the same time, neither is Christmas. Christmas has nothing to do with Jesus. We pretend that it does, but it doesn't. But we all celebrate it, All the Christians celebrate it like it's Jesus' day, but it's fucking not.
Okay.
It's Santa Claus has nothing to do with Jesus. You know what I mean? And he wasn't born in fucking December,
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Moving on. Yeah, I know. I just keep bringing it up. Yeah.
No, it's okay. Yeah. Okay. So our topic of the day is going to be, so both you and I work with a lot of people who do a lot of cardio a lot, right? As somebody who teaches Sculpt is, yes, it's a yoga class at Corepower, but it's very high energy. It's high intensity. You have your heart rate high for the majority of the class. So you're like virtually doing cardio. And yes, you're lifting, but you're not lifting very heavy weight, right? No. For people who don't know what Sculpt is, tell them quickly if you don't mind.
It's just doing lightweight, a bunch of bicep curls, a bunch of squats.
High rep.
High rep. It's really, and this is my tagline for it. So I always say it's putting your body through adversity and learning to breathe through the challenge. That's really all it is.
Yeah.
Putting myself in the hardest physical situation that I can manage and just trying to breathe through it. That's what your goal is in there. It's not about building muscle.
It's not about building muscle.
No.
The room is really fucking hot. You're sweating your ass off, which is going to boost your heart rate, right? Like just
Yes.
that in and of itself, your body's going to try to cool itself down. You add a lot of cardio in there. There's a fuck ton of cardio. There are a lot of burpees. There are a lot of like jumping jacks, high knees, whatever the fuck. So yeah, I would put it in the category of HIIT or cardio or I don't know.
I'd almost say I count it as HIIT, but I almost say
Yeah.
that's mixed cardio.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's real, and it's still, this is what bothers me is when people are like, it's not yoga. And I'm like, yeah, it's the ultimate form of yoga. It's because all you're trying to do in there is breathe. That's all you're trying to do when you're in there. It's like you're just trying to breathe through this.
You really have to try to breathe.
And people are like, well, it's not traditional yoga. And it's like, well, the shit that we're doing over here isn't traditional yoga either.
Yeah.
There's Kundalini, there's Ashtanga, there's tons of different styles of yoga that are not the power vinyasa that we practice. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
it's about breathing 100%.
Okay.
It's not what people think it is, which is, I mean, you've been in there.
Yeah.
When you're doing curls and you have to stop doing curls, why are you stopping doing curls? Why did you stop doing this movement?
Probably because you're overheated.
Yeah, like why is it when you stop or when you
Yeah.
have to take a break, why are
Yeah.
you taking a break?
I mean, it depends. For me,
For the
I mean,
most part, but why?
sometimes it's because my muscles are tiring,
Okay.
but most of the time it's because I'm dying.
Yeah, you're fucking dying. That's
Yeah.
almost every time when I stop. It's
Yeah.
like I have reps in the tank. I promise you.
It's just and it's
You
like
I
to
feel
catch
a
your
burn in
fucking
I feel
breath.
burn in my legs stuff, but it's not like doing squats
No,
to failure
it's
where
not.
you're like you can breathe. Your muscles
your
are
heart rate is not a factor
Your
when
heart
you're
rate is
doing
not a-
squats to failure.
yes.
Right.
That's when you are really building muscle as you're trying to push whether it's your
100%.
whether it's your 12th rep, 30th rep or 3rd rep.
Yeah.
If when you're doing that rep to like absolute failure, that's not what's happening in
Yeah.
sculpt
Correct.
at all. And sometimes I'll say sometimes I'll say that it's the maybe in a plank, you know, you're holding a
Yeah.
plank.
And your shoulders are like,
And
yeah.
you're like, but even then, anytime I give up, I'm telling you, when I'm giving up in sculpt
Yeah.
100% of the time, it's because I'm fucking tired.
It's because you're, yeah.
And I'm just like, my mind is telling me to stop, you know?
Yes, and hand in hand with that, I'm an endurance coach, right? So I mainly coach runners, and same thing. When runners get to the point of exhaustion, it's not typically from their muscles tiring.
Yes.
It is typically from their cardiovascular system not being able to go on, right?
Either that or mentally.
Or mental, yes,
Or,
certainly.
or just being like, I fucking hate this.
Yeah.
I'm like, I need to take a
Okay,
break,
fair.
you know?
100%. But
But it's usually your heart. It's your heart.
it's
your
your
breathing.
heart. It's your heart, it's your breathing, it's your lungs. And so what we wanted to talk about today, because we both train populations of people where that is their primary form of exercise, we want to talk about how to build muscle when that is your primary form of exercise, whether you can build we want to talk about all the facets of that, right? Like, how difficult is it to build muscle when you're doing a fuck ton of cardio? Is it possible? What do you need to do so? How can you support it through diet, through other, lifestyle things?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's the topic of today.
Yeah.
And I have dealt with this a lot as a coach and honestly as somebody who is a runner myself, right? So like it's very obvious for me when I'm in a marathon training cycle, it's very hard for me to build muscle. It's hard. I mean, it's honestly virtually impossible for me to build muscle. I can try to maintain it, but I'm not going to be building it when I'm running 80 miles a week. There's
Right.
just no way, right? First of all, I'm fucking tired all the time because I'm running 10 miles a day. Second of all, when you run, you are burning muscle. That is just the reality of the situation. So I want to like give a little bit of a caveat where like you can be a cardiovascular athlete and build muscle to a degree, right? Like if you are a marathon,
sure can.
Yeah. If you are but if you look at the population of people who are high level marathoners, you're not going to see very many people who hold a lot of muscle on their body.
At all.
No. You're not going to, I mean, you're going to see runners have all different types of bodies. Endurance athletes have all different types of bodies. But when we look at the most elite of the elite, they do not look like that. They don't look like that.
At all.
So like somebody who is running, like let's take a man who's running a 2:40 marathon, okay? As we know, the world record for the marathon now is sub 2 hours, right? So you've got 40 minutes on top of the world record. However, 2:40 marathon is very good, right? Like
it's elite.
It's elite. Like that puts you in like the top small percentage of the world. Yeah. You're going to probably see some men who are holding on to a decent amount of muscle, right?
Look at Corey Van Doren.
100%.
Yeah,
That's
Corey
a
Van Doren,
great fucking
Corey Van Doren
example.
did a great job. He looks great. But at the same time, I mean, he's shredded.
He's shredded.
He's not yoked. You
Correct.
know what I mean? We talked about that. He's not a WWE wrestler with giant shoulder caps
and if you've seen, if you look at his social media, he actually shares too what he looks like when he's running marathon training versus what he looks like when he's not.
Yeah, it's different.
And even throughout the race, like I don't know if you remember seeing a reel of his. He posted this months ago, but I think it was when he ran the race that qualified him for Boston or something. But there was video of him at the beginning of the race versus the end and how much different his body looked.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Just in one day.
In the span of 2 hours and 45 minutes, right? And so, anyway, I say all that to say that somebody who's running a 2:40 marathon is maybe running, as a man, let's say they're maybe running 60 miles a week, right? Which is decent. But somebody running 60 miles a week still has time to strength train. They still have energy to strength train.
Yeah.
Somebody who is a 2-hour marathoner who is running 120 to 140 miles a week
has no time.
They have no time. They may be doing like some injury prevention stuff and like some small things, right? But their body is going to look completely different.
They're also knowingly doing that as well. So because they're at such a high level, like their nutrition, everything that they're doing is to keep them, because they're not trying to carry weight.
No. When you get to that level, there really is something called race weight. Like it really is legitimate.
Every extra pound that you carry is
they're trying to move through space at the smallest
100%
possible.
100%. Same thing like cyclists. When I first got into fitness, I was like a troll on Facebook. Yeah, I'd like troll.
You told me about this.
Yeah, and there was this guy.
Oh, you told me. Yeah, the cycling guy. You said this on a podcast.
Yeah, on this one. Okay, yeah. So I kind of talked shit to this guy because he's like promoting his
fucking
gym.
arms.
And he's got these skinny little arms, and I got roasted in the comments because like this guy's like a national champion.
Yeah.
He doesn't give a fuck about his arms.
No, right, exactly.
His big arms are going to slow him down. You look at him outside of a race, well, he's well proportioned, you know.
Sure.
But when he's training for a race, it's like, no, you want to have a small upper body. You're not.
Yes.
Look at the Tour de France. None of those dudes are jacked. They have massive fucking legs, but
yes,
you know,
100%.
But that is a little, to an extent, by design.
Yes,
to an extent,
it is.
Yeah, I look at it like, if I'll bring it like swimming. Mm-hmm. Do you remember what Michael Phelps, when he was winning the gold medals, his calorie intake? It
was like 8,000 a day or something.
It was something crazy like that. It's like 8,000 to 10,000 calories.
Yeah.
It was something wild that you're like, how is he even doing that? But he's burning that many calories throughout the day. Mm-hmm. If he's eating less than that, he is losing mass and he's not able to keep up, you know? So you can theoretically be a marathon runner and be yoked and still, it's just not efficient.
It's not efficient and it's really difficult.
And it's hard. It's not hard, nearly impossible.
Yeah.
Because of how much food that you have to eat to keep it going, you know?
Exactly.
Which we're going to talk about this.
Yes. And as somebody who, you know, does marathons and also somebody who goes through periods of time where I don't. Like for the last 2 years that I've been injured, I have not been running marathons. The last 2 years of my life, I've been able to keep on a lot more muscle mass because at the most I'm running 25 to 30 miles a week. That's nothing for me. That's nothing.
Yeah, that's fucking
for
wild.
a lot of people it is. It sounds great, but like for me as somebody who again is used to running 70 to 80, it's not a lot. So for me, 20 to 30 miles a week, I'm like, oh my God, I A, have time, I B, have energy, and I C, also do not have to eat as much fucking food as when I'm running that much, right?
Yes.
So for me, like I may be, I'm definitely thinner when I'm marathon training, but I'm not, like my body fat is higher. Like when I'm
right.
That's it.
Yes.
Yeah. So like when I'm hybrid athlete training, like right now, my body fat, the last time I tested it was like 12.5%. When I'm run training, again, I'm smaller, but my body fat is like 14 to 15.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
Because I'm not building, like I'm not in the gym building muscle and I'm eating a fuckload more carbs.
Yes.
Right? Like my diet changes substantially, as it should.
Yeah.
I am not going to be running 70 miles a week on protein. That's really inefficient, right? So like I'm eating a lot of carbs, and a lot of times too, I have to eat higher caloric things because again, I need the fucking calories. If I don't eat higher calorie things, I'm going to like just keep losing weight. So like I may be eating almost a little bit more unhealthy than I'm eating right now. Like I may be eating more potato chips and like dessert every night and like things like that because I simply just need the calories.
Right.
Yeah.
100%.
So all of that said, I'm coming from the space of like an endurance athlete. You mostly see sculptors. And you and I have talked about this a few times, like
and on here
for sure. Like people,
and I'm always down to talk about this because it blows me up.
Yeah,
sure.
I know, and it does me too. But yeah, I'd love you to weigh in on the people that you come in contact with at Corepower, how often they're sculpting, and what you see with regard to what their results are and how they feel about it too. Like the people who, because you get people who are sculpting twice a day.
Yeah.
Often.
There's a bunch of them that do.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. I'll just preface it by saying this. Anybody, if you're listening right now, and if you're a sculptor, I'm not talking shit. A little bit. Maybe a little bit, but I'm not talking shit. It's really, this is what's important.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the best workout? What is the best workout? What is it? The
one that you enjoy and what you will do.
The one that you enjoy and the one that you're doing. So if sculpt is what is keeping you going, then do that. Yeah. If you end up doing some sort of other exercise and it sucks and you're
like, I'm not going to do it.
And you're sculpting. And you know what? Every sculptor that I know, they're all in great shape.
Let's make that a caveat.
Yeah, you're all in great shape.
We're talking about aesthetics. We're not talking about how's your cardiovascular health or like how can you go climb a mountain. We know y'all can. That's not what we're talking about.
Yes. And so when we talk about aesthetics, I would not be talking about this if there was not a demand for it, because this is what everyone that comes from Corepower, that comes to the gym to see me, is all with the same objective in mind. Almost all of them. It's not just that they want, most of them want to be stronger. You know, I have like Heidi comes in, and Heidi just wants to be strong.
Yeah.
And I love what Heidi's doing, because not only is Heidi strong, but Heidi's body composition is changing so rapidly.
That's awesome.
Yeah, This
is Heidi Schumacher, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
But that's not her ultimate goal. Her goal was never to come in and be like, I'm trying to, it was never like I'm trying to build. That wasn't her main focus, like building muscle and losing body fat. She just wants to be strong, and she wants to be able to be strong in what she does.
Yeah.
But her composition is changing. The majority of people that come to me from Corepower or that want to get in touch with me for nutrition are about aesthetics, and it's about lowering body fat percentage. And I'm going to tell you this. Most people that talk about lowering their body fat percentage do not word it that way. They always say the same thing.
I want to get toned.
Not just that.
Oh, okay.
I want to lose weight. It's one of those two. I either want to lose weight or I want to be more toned.
Okay.
Those two things are always when they say I want to lose weight. And the majority of the time when a sculptor comes to me and says I want to lose weight, I'm like, why? You don't need to. You don't need to. Yeah. You know what I mean? But because they don't know how to word it, I'm trying to lose this body fat right here on my waist. Sure. I'm trying to lose this flab underneath my arm. So that's what they in their mind that they're conveying usually is I'm trying to lose body fat, not lose weight. Okay. You said it. I've said it before too. We're the same way. Before I got into weightlifting, I was like 145 pounds, 50 pounds less than I am now. And my body fat was 20%. Damn. Yes. Wow. You look at me and I was just like this skinny dude. I was skinny. I didn't look fat, but I was fat because 20% of my body was fat. Yeah. I put on 50 pounds, lost 10% of that fucking body fat. Yeah, that's so wild. So, yes. So I didn't lose weight. I gained weight. And most people, when they come in, this is the struggle. And I know you deal with it too. They're like, I'm still at 140. I'm still at 140. I've been working with you for 3 months. I'm still 140. And it's like, but your body fat is going down. That's what we don't have like a body fat testing thing really at the gym. And anything that you use accurate. Is not going to be very accurate. Yeah. There's not very many things that you like, even the DEXA scans, all those things. I don't think those are very accurate as long as you are using it consistently at the same time. If you're doing like the in-body scans, as long as you're doing it at the same time of day, fasted or, what, it has to be the exact same every day. That'll give you a good benchmark of where you are. Yeah. Right? Yeah. But your goal should be to lose body fat percentage. Yeah. And you do this by gaining lean mass. Most people that come in, and this is what I'm seeing now, is on the GLP-1s. There's a few people I know that are on GLP-1s that need it. I know people that need it.
100%. I do too.
There's some people that I see that I understand it. Okay. I get it. And I'm not going to knock you on it. The majority of people that I see using it do not need it whatsoever. They don't need it whatsoever at all. But in their mind, this is what is correcting whatever issue that they have with their body fat percentage.
When in reality, it's the opposite.
It's the opposite. So they're losing weight rapidly, but you can just tell. You can just tell.
You sure can.
I would rather you gain 15 pounds and lose 10% body fat than I would have you lose 20 pounds, 30 pounds or gain, what I mean? Or the backwards what I'm just saying. So.
And in most cases, so would your vital organs. Not in all cases. There are people out there who are obese and need to be on a GLP-1 because obesity is a huge issue and 100%. Can cause a lot of health issues. However, it's also super problematic to age without any muscle mass and bone mass and
it's what's going to create major issues for you later in life.
Just wait till you fall and break a hip at 75.
Yes. So our goal with anyone that's coming in for the aesthetics, then this is what this really is. Aesthetics, building muscle, losing body fat. You're not doing this in the sculpt studio. I'm going to tell you this. You don't see bodybuilders who have the leanest physiques on the planet, and that's all they care about is the aesthetic. That's all they care about is the aesthetic. And I'm not even just talking about like the massive heavy weight bodybuilders. Mm-hmm. The guys that you look at that are like the Ronnie Colemans and the Arnold Schwarzeneggers, like the heavy body, but you look at any of them in a show, the men's classic physique, the women's bikini, all of them that are going in there that are not just the massive 350 pounds, but at any weight class, they're lean mass and no body fat. You do not see them sculpting. You don't see them in CrossFit. You don't see them doing those types of exercises whatsoever.
Great point.
And this is why, because it's inefficient. It's any of them that are doing that, they're not doing it prepping for a show. You're not seeing bodybuilders prepping for a show going into a sculpt studio. It's fucking up everything that you're doing. Yep. You are trying to build as much lean mass by conserving as much energy as possible. So when you're going in and you're lifting to muscle failure, not respiratory failure.
Right.
Not mental failure. It's not like, oh, I had 3 or 4 left and think like, you're trying to burn your muscles out to where you can't move them anymore. That's how you build lean mass. And then you're not trying to gain a bunch of weight. So when you go to, this is all you have to know. We all wear our watches. Mine's charging right now. It's over there. But we all wear our watches. I know how many I burn in a sculpt class. Mm-hmm. I'm like 850, 900 in one of those in an hour of sculpt. It's fucking.
You're gonna burn a lot of calories. We're not saying you're not burning calories.
But what happens after that? You have to replenish that, or you are losing weight. And if you are losing weight, what is the weight you're losing? You said it at the beginning. What are you burning off when you're running? These athletes that are running 90 miles a week.
A lot of muscle.
They're burning their muscle off. That's what your body is using to fuel itself when you're losing. Food as energy is what's replenishing the energy that you are burning. It's very similar to, you have solar panels on your house. You conserve energy at your house. The solar panels fuel the energy in your house and then sends the rest back to the energy company, to Excel, and they give you a discount on your bill. But if you're running everything and all your heaters are on and your air conditioner and you're running everything, your solar panels can't keep up. Now Excel's having to power you up and you're paying Excel again. It's the same thing with your body. If you're burning more than you're putting in, your body has to take that energy from somewhere. And losing weight is not losing body fat. You're losing your muscle mass.
Right.
Why it's so important that we ask you to build muscle, then you cut. If you're going on a cutting phase, you don't cut first and then go in and start bulking. It's like, no, you build mass. And then when you shred down and you go into your slight deficits, you're still losing some of your muscle mass.
You are.
But you're losing the body fat as well.
And that's also, speaking of the cutting phase, when you look at the bodybuilders, when they're cutting, they're walking.
Always.
They are not getting on the treadmill and doing sprints.
Ever.
When
have you ever seen one doing it? Ever.
Literally never.
Never.
They're walking, they're getting their 10,000 steps a day, sometimes more. And it's like, 30 minutes of cardio in the morning, 30 minutes. But the cardio is walking, because when you're walking, you are burning more fat than you are muscle. The higher your heart rate gets, guys, the more muscle you're going to burn.
100%.
So when we're in sculpt and our heart rate is 150, guess what? You're burning some muscle. When you're running and your heart rate is 150, when you're sprinting, your heart rate's 180. When you're doing high rocks, whatever the fuck it is,
180.
high intensity stuff, your heart rate's that high, you're burning a lot of muscle, guys.
100%. This is the thing. The low impact, low zone 2 cardio, you're having your heart rate in zone 2, you're not going to start burning fat because you're burning calories in that workout, but it's going to take like 30 minutes before you start efficiently burning fat. That's why you see bodybuilders run on the treadmill. They're on there like an hour.
Yeah.
Walking very slow because they're not trying to burn a bunch of calories.
Yeah.
They're trying to burn body fat. That kicks in at about 30 minutes. And then what happens is the second you get off that treadmill, the calorie burn stops and your fat burn stops. Unless you're building mass. The process of building body mass through lean muscle is what burns body fat throughout the day.
Right.
So it's just about creating efficiency. And if you're trying to have a better physique, sculpting is not what you should be doing. Mm-mm. And I'm not telling you that means like, don't do sculpt.
No.
I do sculpt at least 3 times a week because I fucking love it. It's
right.
It's the hardest thing. And I feel like it prepares me more for it prepares me, but I'm not going in there to get jacked.
No, you're not.
And I'll argue this drives me. It happens to me all the time. This happened to me on fucking Saturday. I go to the 108 class, 108 salutations. There's this instructor. I haven't seen this instructor in like 6 years. And she's like, "You're Robbie." She's like, "You used to be all big, like you got like lean. You lost a lot of weight, I'm not saying it looks great, but in my mind, I'm
you're
like,
yeah,
fuck, you just stabbed my heart
Ruined my
telling me
whole
I'm
day.
not jacked. You know what I mean? But I argue I lose so much mass sculpting.
Yeah.
Like anybody that knows me, that knew me from like 3 years ago before I was sculpting all the time, I was like 210.
Yeah.
I was big.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
And it wasn't
you
like,
were.
I'm not fat. You
No.
know? Yeah, I was like big muscle. I'm sculpting. It's like I've lost 11, and I'm still pleased with my physique. It's not like I don't like my physique.
Totally.
But when I look and I'm disappointed, or those things affect me, where people talk about me losing weight or I'm more lean now,
Yeah.
it's like, well, I know why.
Yeah.
It's because I'm not spending more time lifting weights heavy,
Yeah.
conserving my energy, the fuel that I'm putting in my body. Because every time I sculpt now, it's like, that's another meal. You had to eat another meal. Every one of you that goes to sculpt, that goes in there and you don't fuel yourself back up, all you're doing is you're just losing mass. That's
So
all
true.
you're doing. You're just we're wasting away.
Yeah.
And not telling you that you shouldn't be doing it. There just should be a balance of
No.
or you need to put food back in your body. You
Yeah,
know?
and we're not sitting here. The conversation today is about aesthetics, right? And muscle mass. But we're not going to sit here and tell you that aesthetics should be your main goal.
Exactly.
Because it depends on you.
If you don't care about it, it's
Do whatever the fuck you want.
why do you think I sculpt?
Why do you think I run?
Yes.
It makes me happy.
Yes.
I don't run because
I wanna be
know
jacked.
because I'm going to be right.
Because we know what to do.
We know what to do, and we also can recognize that you can live a balanced, healthy, joyful lifestyle without being super obsessed with with what you look like every second of every day, right? Like your sculpt community is fantastic. You do it because it makes you happy. You love the community, right? Like same with me. I come to your HIIT workouts because I love the community,
and the group.
right? A lot of times it's not actually serving my goals because it interferes with my running workouts, or it interferes with my high rocks, or whatever the fuck it is. But I like being there because I love the community, and I like challenging my body in different ways. And you guys can all sculpt and run for those reasons as well. We're not telling you not to do these things.
We're
just trying to give you education.
We're not talking about all sculptors with this broad stroke of like you're all doing it wrong.
No, not at all.
Those of you that want to build lean mass, that is not the way to do it.
Correct.
It's counterproductive to what you're doing.
Right.
You would serve yourself better. I'm going to tell you the most jacked I've ever been.
Yeah.
COVID. There was no sculpt. There was no sculpt. All I could do, and this is all I was doing, was bench, squat, deadlift. Because I had a 200-pound bar in my garage.
Okay.
Squat, bench, deadlift without weight, 3 things. I was doing TRX, supersetting those with the TRX, the ab wheel. And then I was walking my dog like 4 to 5 miles a day.
I was doing that a lot too, and I
best shape I've ever been.
Yeah, I was in pretty
low
good shape
impact,
too.
low intensity cardio
Yeah.
for a long period of time with a slow fat burn that you're not going to jack your heart rate up and have to replenish your system with a bunch of nutrients, and slow controlled lifting of heavy weights gave me the best physique I felt like I've ever had, But like we said, that's not what we're doing it for. And those of you, like I said, this isn't a knock on everyone saying like you're doing it wrong. Everything you see on social media, most of these influencers are telling you you're doing it wrong. They don't even know what the fuck you're doing.
Right.
Fitness means what it means to you. Just like we're talking about at the beginning of yoga. Yoga means what it is for you. It doesn't have to mean the same thing for everybody. What does it mean for you? Your fitness, what you're trying to do is for you.
Yeah.
If you're trying to get jacked, if you want to lower your body fat percentage, you want to build lean mass, lift heavy weights, slow controlled movements consistently, track your food, make sure that you're eating enough protein, replenish the energy that you're losing so you're not just shedding muscle off. It's very, very simple.
Also take I know I talk about this all the time. If you follow me on Instagram, you see this all the time. Take creatine.
Creatine.
Especially for you sculptors and you endurance athletes. Like, first of all, it's going to help you recover from your workouts.
Yes.
But it's also going to help you keep muscle mass on.
Yes.
So take creatine, sleep 8 hours a night, hydrate. Like, the more you can support your workouts, whether they all are sculpt, whether they are running, whether they are biking, cycling, whatever it is, the more that you can support those workouts properly with the proper food, the proper hydration, the proper sleep, the more muscle mass you're going to keep on and the more recovered you're going to be for your runs, for your sculpts. And then also the more energy you might have to actually get a lift in here and there, right? Like for my athletes that are runners, every single one of my athletes that I not only train in person, but even my online athletes, they have a strength training plan to follow. I like them to lift 3 times a week. It's not realistic for everybody, but I give them the option. They have a plan to follow. It's all progressive overload. And if they are implementing those days in with their running, they may not necessarily be putting on muscle mass, but they're certainly maintaining it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like this. Me and you have a gig next month with Wonderbound.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is a big deal for us. So Wonderbound is.
I'm so excited for that.
It's the second biggest ballet company in Colorado, and they do it's modern contemporary ballet. It's awesome. If you ever get a chance, go check out Wonderbound. Any show that they do is going to be fantastic. And they hired us to speak to their dancers about strength training and building muscle. And Amy and I are not going to go in there and tell them that
stop dancing.
Yes. We're not going in there and telling them like the weightlifting needs to be the most important thing. No,
Never.
The most important thing is dancing. That needs to be your number one priority. And if anything else gets in that way, then stop it. That needs to be number one. But we're going to go in there with the mindset of teaching them how important it is to build strength.
Yeah.
And because and
prevent injury.
They're working 40 hours a week in physical activity.
Yeah.
So that it's similar to like having a strength training program in an NFL locker room.
Exactly.
It's like if you're doing something that's preventing you from getting on the field because you're too sore or you're too beat up, then you stop it immediately. We're trying to figure out a strong balance for you to incorporate these methods in that will help you. So just know that we're not like fuck every other workout that's not lifting weights.
Yeah.
Fuck anything that's not getting jacked and bro splits. We don't really care about that.
Yeah.
We just cater to it because that's a lot of the people that come to us.
Sure.
So today specifically, like you keep saying, that's what we're doing. We're speaking about aesthetics only, lowering your body fat, building muscle mass.
Yeah.
We're not talking about overall fitness and health.
No, we're not. No, we're
100%.
not. Yeah.
Like I said, when we go into Wonderbound, that's not going to be that is not going to be our objective. Like, you need to come in and see us. Yeah. You need to come in and get in there 3-4 times a week. And their dancing is very important. And if sculpting is important to you, then don't stop sculpting.
Don't stop sculpting. I mean,
if running is important to you, don't stop running.
Right. Like the athletes I get that come to me and they want to start training with me and maybe they're a little bit newer to running. A lot of them have these questions that are like, okay, should I strength train first and run after, or should I run first and strength train after? And my question is always, well, what is your goal?
Yeah.
If your goal is you're trying to run for performance, like you are wanting to run some 5Ks, some 10Ks, some marathons, you want to like set some PRs and set some goals in running, I'm never going to have you strength train first.
Yeah.
That would be insane.
Yeah.
Now, if your goal is aesthetics, I will have you strength train first.
100%.
Right? So it depends on you. It depends on your
100%.
goals.
100%. It's like if you want to be a better basketball player, what do?
Play some fucking basketball.
You play basketball. You don't become a better basketball player by doing bicep curls. Will bicep curls help you to be a stronger basketball player? I can help you get there, but if it prevents you, if you're tight in your biceps and you can't shoot anymore, well, fucking stop doing it.
Yeah.
Like, what is your goal? What are you trying to accomplish? If you want to be a great sculptor, a great runner, do those things,
Yeah.
If you're trying to get yoked, better
come to us.
Yeah. You better throw some plates on the fucking bar and let's start moving steel. You know what I mean? Eat some fucking protein.
Yeah.
Monitor your diet.
Yes.
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 Killing it.
Cool. I loved it.
Yeah, I loved it. As always.
Always. Never don't love it.
Yeah. And if there's any topic, most our numbers, you can always get in touch with us.
Yeah.
Text us. Those of you who listen, you want to talk about a topic, send it to us. You can comment.
Yeah, you can comment on Spotify has comments.
Yeah.
Under each episode. So you can literally comment under the episode if you have topics that you want us to cover,
Yeah.
you have questions about.
Questions, things that don't make sense. If you have things
Yeah.
you disagree with, something.
Oh my God, yeah.
Let us know.
Argue
We'd love
with
to-
us.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We'd
Debate
love
with
to-
us.
Yeah, we'd love to talk about anything. This is it's
Yeah.
kind of wild. It's gotten to the point where I don't even know how many episodes we're on.
I know. It's like
I don't even
it's
know.
like mid to late 20s. I think we're
It's
we're
something-
probably
we've been-
coming up on 30.
Yeah,
soon.
we've done a lot of them. So
Okay, well, speaking of all of that, real quick, follow us on Instagram. My Instagram is chasing with 2 G's _ Amy with 2 Y's. Robbie?
3 the number BOYSANDDAD. 3 boys and dad.
Hyro is at Hyro.Lopez 2 Z's _ 303, I think. The gym is at C the number 2 F Arvada. You can also watch us on YouTube at Gym Tonic CO. And yeah.
I think we got them all.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right, guys, we'll see you in 2 weeks. We will hopefully have a guest on the next one.
Yes.
Yeah. So we
We've
have
got-
2
have a
guests
couple-
lined
We
up.
got a couple lined up.
Yeah, which I'm
Been
really
awesome.
excited about.
Yeah, me too.
Cool.
Me too, for sure.
All right. We'll see you in a couple weeks. Thanks for listening.